Going to talk about Overdrive audiobooks and how you can continue to use them on your Mac even if you have updated to macOS 15 Catalina. Don't believe me? I'll show you how. Overdrive will tell you if you have updated to Catalina 10.15 or higher that they do not support downloading audiobooks. And it is true, their app does not work. They have not updated their app to work on 64-bit operating systems, despite having a decade of forewarning that Mac would be switching to only 64-bit come 2019. Overdrive has decided not to support it with their own app, but don't fear, you can still actually download these books and listen to them just the same. Just a little bit of a workaround that's required, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Now, I have gone to one of my Overdrive accounts here, and I'm on the page where I can look at audiobooks, browse. There's some ebooks on here, there's some audiobooks on here. Audiobooks is what we're interested in talking about today, right? So I'm going to choose one of these down here that looks like it's available to borrow. We will click it, and sure enough, there is one of one copy available. I'm going to click borrow before anybody else gets in before me on this. And once again, click borrow again. Now, here's where Overdrive throws up its first roadblock to us. They tell us MP3 audiobooks are only supported on macOS 10.6 through 10.14. And if you don't watch this video or otherwise found out about this workaround, that's what you think is the final word. And you've just got to click this Listen Now in Browser button. But no, that's not true at all. We're going to close out of that. We're going to go to my account. We're going to go to Loans. Okay, so I've got these books here that are borrowed. They are loaned out to me. And you remember there used to be a button right here that said Download MP3 Audiobook. And it's gone. Overdrive giveth, and Overdrive taketh away, but we giveth back. Now, the way you re-enable audiobook support in Safari on the Mac for Overdrive, we're going to go to our Safari menu way up here and choose Preferences. Now, there is a tab across the top here called Advanced, and you're going to want to click Advanced and come down here to this very bottom line. There's a little box you can tick that says Show Develop Menu in Menu Bar. Now, I've got that ticked, and so we have at the top of our Safari menu a menu called Develop. Now, that is our key here. We're going to click Develop and then look at this item called User Agent. Now, what we're going to do essentially is trick Overdrive.com into thinking that we are on a Windows computer instead of a Mac. And we do that by telling our browser to identify as something other than what it is. And you've got a couple choices here that would work for Windows. I'm just going to go with Google Chrome Windows. Now watch as our page reloads, and there is our MP3 audiobook download button once again. Incredible. We have just tricked Overdrive.com into thinking that we are on Windows. So let's download that. We'll click it. It goes into our Downloads folder. I will open our Downloads folder so you can see the file right here, giverofstars.odm. And that, of course, is an Overdrive media file. Now, double-clicking that won't get us anywhere. That does not help us yet. The next thing we need to do is download a little app using the terminal, which will allow us to download the actual MP3 files. And this is available on a site called github.com, which is kind of a site for programmers to share programs that are open source that anybody can download and tinker with and work on. You probably don't want to tinker with it. Just download it and get on with the business of downloading audiobooks. So github.com/chbrown/overdrive is the address you want to go to. And it brings you to this great page here, and it talks about a shell script which this developer has prepared, and I am forever grateful to them for preparing this, that allows us to work around Overdrive's lack of support, you could say. Right here I've got highlighted the command that we are interested in, and it tells you what's going to happen here. The following will install this main script to your folder and mark it executable. So we're just going to copy that here. Now, what do you do with this? We're going to put this in terminal. I'm going to terminal via the search window, the spotlight window, which allows us to launch the app terminal. And then you get this screen that looks like something out of a 1980s computer. If only it were green text on a black screen, that's exactly what it would look like. But we're just going to paste this line of text in there, and it's very, very quick. In fact, you can see just in that space of time, we have downloaded, we have received 100% of the file, and it is now time to make some amazing things happen. All right, so we have downloaded our audiobook. I'm going to close that. I'm going to open a new terminal window and type the word Overdrive, type the word download. I'm going to minimize these other windows here to get them out of our way. And now all I want to do is go here, drag this zip file, this ODM file, drag it in here right after where I typed Overdrive, download, and then you'll see the path to that file, and I'm going to click enter. And then you'll see some text, some nonsense looking text. Don't worry about all that. The magic starts happening where you see downloading, and you'll see these MP3 files coming through right here. Okay, we're going to give that just a few moments. It really is very, very fast to download. We've gotten through part 5 so far, and we get these little notes that say success. We're on part 6 here, part 7. Now, while that's downloading, I'm going to launch another app that I've got called Audiobook Binder, and I'll show you what to do with that in a moment. Audiobook Binder is what we will use to make one file from the numerous MP3 files we get. And this is an optional step. You don't have to worry about it if you don't want your audiobooks all in one file. I tend to like that because I upload my audiobooks to a Plex server, which I run on my computer, and then I can listen to them just by pulling up one file on my iPhone, not having to download multiple files. Now, we've got the notification here that the audiobook has been downloaded successfully. It's downloaded the cover image successfully. Now, where did that go? It's over here in our user folder. Now, my name is Ronald, so my username is Ronald, which means that it is in the Ronald folder, which is that little house icon. And you'll see, here's the book that we just downloaded. Let's go ahead and double click it. And here you'll see we've got a bunch of MP3 files. We've got the cover of the book, Audiobook Binder. And then let's grab all the MP3 files and drag those over here into Audiobook Binder. And you'll see it's filled in the name, it's filled in the title of the book. Let's give it a genre. Maybe we'll call this historical fiction because that's what it is. We're just going to verify that all the files have gone in the right order. Thankfully, they've got part 0, 1, 0, 2, etc., which does ensure that they went into the right order. And we're going to click this, a single file of this audiobook. And that is it. Just like that, we have now downloaded audiobooks on macOS 10.15 Catalina from overdrive.com. It's as simple as that. Now I'll remind you that these are MP3 files that you get, so you can use them however you would use an MP3 audio file otherwise. You can transfer it to an MP3 player, such as an iPod, or you can transfer it to the Books app on your iPhone. You can put it into iTunes. You can do anything you can do with an MP3 file. You can burn it to a CD if you like. For listening in the car or whatever. Just make sure you respect the terms of the Overdrive license with these files. Don't give them a reason to get in trouble with their license holders on these files. So you want to make sure that if you do download these MP3s that you use them responsibly. Don't share them or post them or do anything that would distract from or violate the terms of Overdrive's rules and conditions that you agreed to. That's it for today. Hope this has been very helpful to you. Keep downloading and keep listening to those audiobooks. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and we'll talk to you soon.